Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Puti Sabrina Andira with BP number 2410731022. So today I'm gonna explain about English in Russia, a growing foreign language. So the first one is introduction, variety and country overview. English in Russia is a foreign language or EFL, and widely taught in school and university. City. Russia is the largest country in the world, covering Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. It has a rich history, many ethnic groups, and over 100 languages. Russian is the main national language, but English is the most popular foreign language studied in school and universities. And the capital city in Russia is Moscow, and population in Russia is 146 million people, and the most religion that believes in Russia is Christianity. Next, next is historical background. How's English spread in Russia? So, during the Soviet era, before 1991, English was not widely spoken. The government focused more on Russian and other socialist countries' languages such as German. Learning language such as learning English was limited to the diplomats, scientists, or people who needed it for international communication. It was seen more as a tool for politics and science that were everyday life. Many schools taught English in a very formal way without much practice in speaking or listening. After the fall of Soviet Union in 1991, Russian opened up to the world. English became more important for business, travel, education, and technology. Okay, next slide. So next is current status. Who uses English? Today, English is not an official language in Russia, but is the most popular foreign language learned by students. It is taught in almost every school and university. Many companies also use English for business, especially in large cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Kazan. People in these cities often speak English better than those in small towns or rural areas. English is used in many parts of Russian life, for example, in tourism, education, technology, and the internet. Young people often watch movies, listen to music, or use social media in English. However, in rural areas, fewer people speak English well because they have less access to practice and resource. This shows that English in Russia is growing but not yet used equally by everyone. Next. Okay, next is key linguistic feature. One special feature of Russian English is pronunciation. It's hard to say some English word uh like how like w and v sounds. In Russia, there is no w sound, so people often pronounce it like v. For example, they might say water instead of water, or or very well instead of very well. And another example is that Russian speakers often makes all sounds very clear, even at the end of word. Instead, they pronounce the t in cat or hot very strongly. This gives Russian English a unique accent that is easy to recognize. Okay, next. Okay, Russian English also has some unique words and expressions that come from the Russian language. These words are sometimes used when Russians speak English because they express ideas that are common in Russian culture. For example, the people may say dacha, a country house, and babushka, or we can say it grandmother, or vodka. In English conversations, these words have become known internationally. And in the Russia, there is some borrowed words like computer, business, internet, while manager, but they pronounce it different, like computer, business, internet, file, manager, something like that. Next, next is social cultural role in Russia. English plays an important role in modern Russian society. Many young people see English as a symbol of education, success, and a connection to the world. Speaking English help Russian Speaking English helped Russian communicate with foreigners, studies abroad, and work in international companies. In big cities, many shops, advertisements, and street signs use English words because it sounds modern and attractive. English is also popular in music, movies, and on social media. Many young Russians mix English words into their online posts or daily conversation. For example, they might say, "Okay, sorry," or "cool" while speaking Russian. This shows how English has become part of youth culture and identity. At the same time, it helps Russians stay connected to global culture and ideas. Next, so, why it matters? The Russian variety of English is important because it shows how people adapt in English to their own culture and language. It helps us understand that English does not belong to one country only. It is a global language with many local forms. Russian English shows the influence of Russian sounds, grammar, and words, but is still understandable other English speakers. This makes it is a special part of the world family of Englishes. Okay, so the conclusion is English in Russia has changed a lot over time. It was once used only by a few people, but now it is an important part of education, business, and culture. Russian in English shows how people mix global and local traditions. It sounds and feels Russian, but it's still English. Many young Russians are proud to speak English because it connects them to the world. This variety is important in world Englishes because it reminds us that English belongs to everyone who uses it. Each country gives the language its own style and identity. Okay, that's all my presentation about English in Russia. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.